Good morning. Today, Hawaii lifestyle and the wisdom of the place comes from my balcony. And I really hope it's not noisy just because it is noisy. But I gotta make sure that you can hear me well, so I put on the microphone to reduce all of the car noise and all of that. Even though behind you can see me this amazing view, which provides you with like calmness and this groundedness, the just amazing feeling of that nature provides to us. But it is a city, so as usually you hear all of the noises that people bring and cars and all of that, and especially my air conditioner. So let me make sure I'm comfy. I had a message to share, and I connected to it, I think, last evening, but I wanted to wait until this morning to go online and share. And I was thinking about driving because I felt this strong pull to the botanical garden, and I felt that there I could connect to this feeling, to this information even more. But then suddenly something changed, and I just felt that maybe today I want to spend here as it is the last day before I move on the other side of the island. So it was planned that we spend this time in the city because I wanted to feel and absorb this city vibe of Oahu and how it is, um, and just to see that it is possible, everything is possible, that you can actually be in the city but you can still be in the nature. And that's what I wanted to observe. I wanted to have this combination of two. Because sometimes I find that it's hard for me to choose whether I'm like a just nature girl. I definitely know that I'm not a city girl, but sometimes when I imagine myself like just like living in the village, I'm like, I don't feel that that's totally me. So in places like that, I feel like any polarities, like it's all possible. Even though you want something that is, as it feels, as it seems, like impossible to merge together, but it's possible. Same like sometimes people think that they can only have either of two, like being successful in relationship or money. I have no idea where this limitation came from, but do we all like have this that sometimes we think we need to choose because how come there could be both? So here, exactly the same. What I wanted to feel living here for some time in Waikiki on Oahu. And today, I don't go into this balcony a lot just because I have a cat and I want to protect my cat just because of the past history of what once happened to me. And I don't open the balcony, I don't go on the balcony out of the protection, but now I made sure that it's all safe and nice. And I wanted to enjoy this time on this balcony. But what is the message today about? So, the message that I connected to last evening was about connecting to the heart. And even though I connected to like chakras too, I see that for some reason for me, it's not that there's a sequence, there's an order. A few days ago, suddenly there were messages related to the crown chakra, which and it's not about chakras. I want you to understand, but for me, it's easy to summarize, especially if you know the chakras system. Then it's easier for you to understand what I mean because I know all of that, but I want you to know as well. So I got connected to the feeling of this, like my inner God and my inner not intuition, but my inner guidance, pretty much. Inner God, inner guidance. And I just know that it's crown chakra. So there were messages like that. Then yesterday was all about intuitive living, and I really deeply, deeply connected. And I know that it's a third eye chakra. But as I said, I'm not giving educational information on what it is, not convincing you to believe in that, because I do not go by chakra system altogether. But it's also somatical, and it's also within the body. I trust the body, and depending on what system can explain that, I just go with that. And interestingly, yesterday evening and today morning, it was all about connecting to heart. But also, I forgot what this chakra is, but it was all about also feeling it in the stomach area. It's not about like just chakras, it's just I feel it in my body. So yesterday evening, I listened to a woman. She now lives in Bali, and she records this amazing, like, she's a transmitter. She brings in all of the messages, but in the form of singing. Or maybe that's why. So as she was singing, I felt that I'm connecting to my own voice, and I felt that I do want to do that as well, because I feel like this is my future. This is what I want to go in the future, to become your authentic self, to find out who you really are, to like establish that deep within. It has to come, as I mentioned before, through all of the centers. They should all be active. And if I were to be my authentic self and to speak my true voice, I think I would not just use it as a metaphor, but I love singing. And I used to dream about that as a child. I was like taking classes, and I was in a school for that. But then somehow I lost it throughout my life. And now the more I connect to that knowledge of who I am, the more I also connect to this feeling that I want to sing. Not just the feeling, I really took action, because it's all about action as well. I'm not sure if I can put my eyes open if I'm like that, but okay. I'll keep it. I'll keep my glasses on. It's a little bit bright, and I think you can still see my eyes. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So pretty much, you connect to yourself. You open this. You connect to your body, and then you open all this like centers, and then different things happen. You connect to your talents, connect to your emotions, you connect to this feeling of safety, you connect to your intuition, all of that. So it comes through all of the centers. It comes through connecting to your body, activating those centers within your body. And as I mentioned previously, it could be through exercising, could be not just spiritually, right? Not just sitting like that. Because every center has its own agenda. And maybe if you want to connect to your inner God or your intuition, then you sit like that. Because you see, even when I sit like that, I just feel it already like within my head. But if you want to connect to your emotions, it's different. If you want to, it's all like everything has its own agenda, and you work with it all differently. But today, somehow, maybe just because I listened to that woman, and maybe because I'm just trying to understand, like, I'm not being in a sequence, it's randomly, but I connected to my heart. And immediately, I felt a lot of sadness, extreme sadness. And as I listened to that woman and to that transmitter singing, she's just like singing it away, and then I think it's her partner that was playing this drum. How and I'm still amazed. No matter how much work I do, inner work, and like discovering my true self, connecting to that, suddenly I opened up another layer and I realized that, wow, through all of the things that I've been through in my life and experienced, and sometimes like not the best things, that's how we lose ourselves. And that's how I found that I also lost myself. And I already knew that. But yesterday I found that layer emotionally. I found that there were once this girl, young woman, incredibly open-hearted, incredibly open-minded, so eager to love and learn, and she was very kind. And yesterday, somehow, I found that she's still there, but she's not me entirely. I found that she lives within, but on top of that, it's like a they call it body armor. If you know somatics, then you know. If you don't know, body armor can be developed if person experience like traumatic episodes or constantly exposed to traumas. Then the person you are, you develop this armor in order to protect yourself. And somatically, that can be, and that can show itself as actually, because, when I speak about it, you probably think about like emotions, but that too, but different layers. It is to believe that when you develop that the body armor, it can also be that your body grow, like, let's say your muscles can get twice. Your muscles can get extremely like tight, and you can put on extra weight, which happened to me. Last 2 years, no matter what I do, suddenly, all of a sudden, I notice that, especially in the stomach region, the fat is keep on coming and keep on coming, and I'm being very active, and I'm keeping good diet. And then I went to the doctors. They like told me all of a sudden something with hormones, but I don't, and I never jumped straight ahead to like taking pills. They told me it can wait, and it's not severe. And in America, they like to exaggerate. It's a little bit off, like go on medicine for the rest of your life. I connected and spoke to my family, and they said, why did they offer you pills? We have like multiple members of my family told me we have it like twice, 3 times worse, and we don't take pills, and it's not necessary yet. See how, like, different culture, country, different policies. Anyways, and I immediately realized that those hormones are related to, like, let's say if a person is being constantly exposed to extreme stress, like constantly surviving, like a battle, like a war, like veteran, war veteran. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And I immediately realized that it's not time for pills. I think it is true, and now it's even in my body that I developed that body armor, emotional, and I'm hyper protecting myself just because I've been traumatized for a very long time. I've been through a lot of stress, even through abuse, emotional, through like, I don't know, 2/3 of my life. I mean, who haven't? We all were exposed to toxic relationship, traumatic, abusive relationship with families, partners, parents, someone. But the key here is when it's prolonged exposure, constant for years. Like, let's say every day for years. Then changes can happen within your psyche, but also within your body, because then it goes deeper. And then in that moment, I realized that I did develop the armor. and that by my nature, I am more kind. I am more like, I'm slower, kinder. I'm more like this child personality, very like, like, you see me like dancing, jumping, being happy. I like to show my emotions, even when there are no people around. That's how I live. And yesterday, I think through all of this work that I do in here on Hawaii, with the wisdom of the place that it provides to me, connecting to this inner part of myself, and then I realized that there there are still some layers that are that like body armor, and it's emotional. You see, when you hyper protecting your heart, and I was talking about heart region, right? So when we are not open-hearted, then we have, for some reason, have my hands shaking a little bit. I mean, I'm also sharing something very, very deep, something very personal. So I guess it's only natural. But I want to be vulnerable, and I want to be open-hearted. And I feel that this is my mission, to share things like that, just because through my self-analysis, like, you can like connect to yourself and see what you can do. Like, I am not all the people, like, I have years and years and years of experience in here, and perhaps you don't. But through me doing that, it's like this, I imagine this metaphor of like a sun, but I'm reflecting some sun, reflecting that light like a moon, right? And then, so it's easier for you to tolerate it, but you can still reflect on things that happens within you. So I think it's impossible to become your authentic self, to find who you are, even connect to your dreams if you're not open-hearted. How? How if you... It's not that you overprotect your heart from others. At some point when you close it up, and I believe that all of the centers, they work in sequence. And it's not like you can block out 2 or 3 and then the rest will work fine. If you don't let yourself feel, if you will block out, and maybe that's why, because I felt it in my heart, I felt it in my stomach, and that's how I was like sitting. Okay, you can see my hand, but I was sitting like that with just breathing, and I felt how there is so much tension in my stomach, and this could be one of the reasons why some disease develop, or you put on some weight, because like I have all of the other parts of my body like nice, like muscly and skinny in my legs, but my like the stomach region keep on putting like the weight, even though like I do those exercises and all of that, and I know that that's how the inner work is important, because your body never lies. So that's how it becomes psychosomatical. So when you don't let yourself feel, don't let yourself experience emotions, you suppress them. But you suppress them not within your mind, you suppress them also physically, like within your body. That's how some parts of your body can become tense. But then it disrupts good circulation, disrupts energy from like flowing in. And that's how all these regions within the body, they work in sequence. How can you let into your heart something if you don't let emotions in? And through all the life, we learn to hyper protect ourselves because we were hurt. And I mean, I'm sure to 99.9%, there are not a single person in this world who haven't been hurt. And we all experience hurt. That's part of the experience. The difference is that everyone experiences hurt, but not everyone is, let's say, like abused. That's why especially in the case if you were exposed to abuse, toxic relationship, traumatic incidents, especially and incredibly important, especially for you guys, for us to work on that. Because emotions do arise, and if you've been hurt before, let's say like, I don't know, you had your heart broken in relationship or something. This is one aspect. But what if you were hurt, abused, neglected, traumatized? That's a whole big spectrum. And that's how we see the world the way it is. A lot of pain, war. Look at it. I mean, I am blessed to live in a culture and country where it is peace, but look at the rest of the world. And I promise you that it is my solemn belief humans within its nature are kind because we are kind-hearted. Look at kids. Look at puppies. Did you ever see an aggressive killer puppy straight out of the mother's womb going and killing other puppies? The same with children? No. They are kind, hopeful, and it's the society that changes them because they are like this clean paper. They are absorbing everything because they need to learn about the world, how to navigate it, how to survive, how to live. Oh, I might gonna move a little bit more because if you see in here, it's the dimension. So I believe that that's how we develop this body armor, which is hypothetical, like metaphorical, emotional, but also it becomes physical. So sometimes your heart can be so blocked that you see all those cruel people, incredibly cruel people that bring pain, that hurt, that kill. And it doesn't mean that they should not be like punished for that or they should not be responsible for that. All I'm saying is that let's say that it's 100 level of being hard, like blocked. But if you put it all away, within there is the authentic self, and it's kind and it's pure, it's loving, it's dreaming. So I think I'm just deeply connecting to this feeling, maybe also within like my own body, my own heart. So of course there can be an extreme level of blockage of the heart, as I mentioned. But feel within your heart, how does it feel to you? Do you feel you are open-hearted? Do you feel that you are connected to your own heart? And I mean, perhaps you're not like cruel, perhaps you're not like hurting others, but ask yourself, how are you treating yourself? How are you treating the parts of you that are like your inner child, the dreaming part of you, this hopeful inner child, this inner girl or inner boy that was once so hopeful, so kind, so open-hearted, was dreaming about like saving the world, saving all animals, doing all of that. What happened to that person? Are you still that person? Or are you having like 5, 10 layers on top of you? The problem is that the more layers, the more blockage you have, the more you are further away from yourself. The more you are disconnected from yourself. And as a result, you will most certainly be disconnected from the world, and especially from the God. Because the more you are close-hearted, the more, you see, we are constantly putting this energy out into the world, out into the world. And the more you're blocking yourself out from feeling emotions, from feeling and living through your heart, because you're overprotecting it, at some point it can help you out. For some period of time, you may feel like, the pain goes away. It went away. It just feels nice. But then that's also how psychosomatical disease develops, as it is to believe that when we are constantly putting away our emotions, it's not that we are just like, we are doing it emotionally. We are like blocking it like that. And it is to believe that especially heart disease it is really, really psychosomatical. There are certain diseases that I will not even go into there, especially like viruses, right? Bacteria. I don't know. I will not go into there. Or the most horrible, I will not even name it, as Voldemort. It starts with C. That I will not go into there. But those things as like skin, allergy, stomach, how like your, what's that called? Like the stomach system works, your heart, what else? Let's stop there. Especially, okay, something related to like nerves, nervous system, that especially. I've seen the number, it's about like 70% of rate that is connected with emotions. So it's not that, it's just like you block your heart away, you don't feel, you cannot feel joy, you cannot feel pain, you feel nothing. It's not that just you can become numb to the life, numb to emotions, cannot experience life. We also close your heart. And your heart is this powerful transmitter. When you dream about something, like your heart is like your filter, like your what is it? Like a spleen, right? Spleen also like a filter, but heart is like also like your filter. When you want something deeply, 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 you send those like energies out into the world. Like, I want it. But your heart is like a filter. And I noticed that when people want something, they can like when they manifest, right? When something like when their dreams come true, when they want it through their hearts, they don't even have to do much. It just happens, poop, like that, poop, very fast, easy, because the universe is open. It is open to us, and it is kind and it's providing. So, but when you are blocking your heart, you're blocking your own self too. So then what you dream, so your dreams cannot come true because, first of all, you're close from them. It is now something that is like, it's not yours. Now it's mixed up with somebody else's. Like what society wants, what your family wants, and all of that. So, yesterday, I felt that I am, at some level, still blocking my heart, my emotions from myself from feeling emotions. Because we can also like we, we can protect ourselves out from feeling good emotions, but also bad emotions. Vice versa. You don't want to feel hurt, You will block it out, or you will block out the joy too. Because it's like a rainbow. You cannot take just one and put away the other. It doesn't work this way. So I'm just feeling this deep connection. The more I talk about it, the more I just want to like sit a little bit like that. Why don't we? I want you to join me now. It's safe for you if you're not driving or anything. Just sit and feel. What does your heart tell you? Make sure your 2 feet are on the floor. You're not crossing your leg. Imagine how you're breathing in, and it's like something comes through your legs and goes up, 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 up. Through your legs, through your stomach, through your heart, neck, head, and up. I have all these pictures come to my head now. Pictures of people who deeply, deeply hurt me in the past. And you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling that, and I think it's all natural and normal, but I think I close myself out from feeling something to these people because it feels like these people don't deserve to be loved. But what's interesting is that this is what made them this way from the whole beginning, is that they were not loved enough. But what you need to understand, of course, is that saving others is not your responsibility. Perhaps you see the 3 people who hurt you in the past. Perhaps you see that they're just hurt. But until they decide that they want to heal, you cannot kill them, you cannot help them. The person you need to help the most is yourself and heal as well. But what you need to understand is that sometimes you need to let go. Let go of heaviness in your heart. Let go of those emotions, not for them, for yourself. Doesn't mean you need to physically, verbally forgive people. There are things that you cannot forgive. It's true. I know that religion tells us otherwise, but believe me working in therapy 5 years, perhaps there will never be a time when you're ready to forgive people for what they did to you. And you don't have to. But what you have to do is just to maybe even feel that pain. Feel that pain, not for them, for yourself. And heal yourself. So, you know, there are things that happen to you, but now you need to let go and start feeling and start opening your heart for yourself. Sometimes when people are going through abuse, toxic relationship, traumatic incidents, we think that if we close out from the world, physically, emotionally, we're closing our heart, will keep us safe. But it doesn't work this way. And now the problem is that those people, maybe they're gone already, maybe the situation or the past, but you are still holding it within yourself and in your body. When you are thinking about that all the time, when you are experiencing it, like those flashbacks, like PTSD, right? You're reliving that all over and over and over again. So maybe it would be helpful to maybe hire a psychologist. Who knows? It just differ. It's different for everybody. I personally work with psychologists because I know that I need it. There is an emotional baggage. What it does is that it's not letting us feel and live the way we want to. And that doesn't keep us safe. That keeps us away from feeling and opening our heart. And what happens now is that you're trying to do the right thing and keep yourself safe, but all that you do is you're blocking yourself out from the world. On top of that pain, now your dreams cannot come true. Now you cannot connect to this sense of self. But you need to do this for you, to yourself, for yourself, not to them, not for them. Do some practices on letting emotions go, letting that pain go, and practices on opening your heart. They can be somatical too. Somatical, like when you are, let's say, putting yourself like putting your back on a roll and going like this, opening up, breathing in, and then you can start yawning, you can start feeling sad. Just feel that, and hold in your thought the idea of how you are letting the things, the pain, go away, and how imagine how your heart is healing, it's opening, it's healing. When you keep it closed, you're not serving, you're not doing anything good to yourself. You're just blocking yourself out from the world even further, and that creates even more trauma and trouble. So you do those practices, feel, you can cry, you can feel different emotions, and you're safe with that. Open yourself out to new people, new experiences, because this is what life is. And closing yourself out from life, from people, from emotion, from love, from dreaming, from being that your true self again, it doesn't keep you safe. It just doesn't let you leave and hurt you even more further. So let's stay here together and feel it for a little bit. Connect to our hearts, and I'll connect to mine. It's okay to yawn. It's okay to start crying. It's okay to be experience any emotions you experience. Put your other hand on the stomach and breathe. Imagine how you're breathing in the life, and it goes directly into your heart. Feel your heart. And if you feel that it's broken or weak or closed in some places, imagine how this light goes right in. and it's opening up what's closed, and it's cleansing and clearing where there's the blockage. And when you breathe in, you feel how your heart is just like opening up and expanding and expanding. Feel gratitude for anything that you're feeling right now, even if you're deeply, deeply sad. You can pause this video and do it on your own time, much longer if you want. Put on some nice music and imagine all the slack in your heart, within your heart, opening you up. And do some movement with your body as you feel that the light spreading to other parts of your body. Move those parts that are blocked, hence move your stomach. Are you letting yourself breathe freely and openly, or are you holding yourself back from it? Because when we breathe in deeply, that's where we experience emotions. And sometimes when we close ourselves out from feeling, we're not letting ourselves breathe deeply. Feel in your stomach with air, light. Imagine how it's cleansing and clearing. And it goes up through your left leg. All the light goes up through your stomach, through your heart, left side of the body, and goes out to the right side of your body, neck, chest, stomach, legs, through the right feet into the earth. Do more of that circular breathing. Inhale, left side of the body, right side, exhale out all the darkness, all the blockage, all the pain, all that it's holding you back. Continue doing this on your own if you want more time to put up some nice music, and we will continue now. If you want to spend here some more time, you are more than welcome to. Feel how different emotions are circling through your body. Feel those in your stomach. You feel how it stands, what temperature it is. Are there any knots in it? Some like blocked muscles. With both hands in your stomach and breathe in. Deep, loud exhales. We do 3 more breaths and then we'll come back to reality. 1. Exhale. 1 more. Through your shoulders, to the back of your neck. 1 more. Now, feel your feet. Wiggle your feet. Feel your fingers. wiggle your fingers, wiggle your hands, and stretch. And the count of 3, relax to the world. Open your eyes. 1, 2, slowly, slowly. 3. How do you feel? I feel the vibration throughout my whole body. Lately, I felt a lot of tension in my neck and my shoulders. And it's the survival pose. It's how we're protecting ourselves from the danger, but thriving isn't safety. Let it all out. Ah, ah. You can do that anytime you feel you're closing yourself out for feeling. Keep your emotional center. And I believe it is in the stomach. God, what it's called. It's chakra. But it's yellow. Yeah, it is yellow. Google out the yellow chakra. Ah, oh. Yeah, I feel how even in my neck and in my back. If you don't feel it, it's fine. I'm good practicing that, but if you don't feel it, doesn't mean that nothing happened. So it doesn't mean that in a week or two you may not get afraid again to feel, and you will start closing yourself out from that. Come back to this practice, come back to feeling of your emotions, feeling your emotions, feeling and opening your heart. That will make sure that there are no like layers, they don't come more and more and more on top of that. But things can happen, and the more you will do work like that, the more you will make sure that you will open your heart region, or that you will keep it, you will keep your heart closer to its authentic self as possible. Being open hearted, kind, and cute. The word cute, but just because it's being open hearted, kind, to me, just feels like a child, totally not cute. So I feel a lot of emotions now, and I'll go ahead and I'll keep on processing them. After practices like that, you don't rush with your cleaning dishes or whatever. Journal a little bit, 5-10 minutes. How did you feel before? How do you feel now? How did your body feel before? How does your body feel now? What changed? Are there any parts that feel more relaxed? Do you feel vibration? You feel something? Describe it. The more you describe it, the more you practice, it's like a muscle. The more, see, it will be easier for you to come back to that. So I will do right now. I'm glad that I was able to record that and I was able to connect to this state of feeling. I thank the wisdom of the place. Today it's Waikiki, Oahu, Hawaii. I thank this place for granting me and giving me of this wisdom to pass it through myself, through my consciousness, and sharing it with you as well. So if you're excited for more, the more is definitely coming, and stay tuned for more videos. And it's usually Sabina Arts speaking to you. And here it's all about authentic self-life, being open-hearted, being who you really are deep inside and following that authentic self-doubt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys